Hey Rohit, um, that's awesome. I didn't know you were able to leave messages. Okay, yeah, I can show you that. How to move things around without using gizmos. Let me show you that. So if you don't wanna use the gizmos, then you can basically use the menu, the transform menu, right? So if I want to move this guy around, I'll make sure that I have my character selected, uh, so I can move that. So if you don't want to see anything and you want to move things around here, then you can do this. Imagine we have a sphere or something in here, can do that. Uh, and you can dock this on a different window. I'm assuming that that's something you want to do. And if you've docked that somewhere else, then you can if you've docked that somewhere else, then you can basically move that off screen. So see, that was your first question. Um, how to move things. Yes, you can use your own cloned voice. You do that. I'm just okay, please. Um, Using your own 11 Labs keys goes Windows. Hang on, let me move this. Preferences. And you can set that here. So whatever key you have, um, you can basically overrule the default voices with that. How to record hand gestures on a sitting pose. Okay, cool. So I'll do that. So in mocap, I'm going to actually kind of load an app here for that quickly. I'm not sure what you're using for mocap, um, but what you can do is basically take your default character, set this to sitting. Say we have this one here. So he's sitting now. Then I can go to my say we want to do like a streamer or something, right? I'm assuming. Um, I'll just hide here for time being. Then I've loaded this webcam app. There's many different ones. I've done several tutorials on that. I'll start sending that. Then go to mocap, and what I can do now is basically have my body and say upper body only. So now when actually let me see if this is set correctly. See protocol. Oh, start camera. Oh, now it's basically the camera is being used here. I'll have to stop this camera. So now basically my app is using this, and I usually use my iPhone for the rest. So what you can do now is basically, build yourself like a desk or something. You see, I'm toggling between the gizmos to move this, but I could have kept that off. You know, default the key D basically kind of enables or disables them. So you can do all these things in here as well. All right, let's say we have ourselves a little desk here. Hey, hi, welcome to my stream. So if you want to record this and play it back later, all you need to do now is basically go to your animation timeline, open that. Don't need this. Actually, motion capture, sorry. Now I add this character to the track. And then you need to tell it what you're basically using from here. So I'm going to say upper body only. And now I will hit record. Hey, welcome to my stream. Nice to meet you. Oh, or what the YouTubers do, you know, like a lot of hand movement. Stop. And now I have that take here. Always, this is something that I forget a lot myself as well. Once you've recorded it, you need to switch this off. Right, so now I have the hand movement here. Because I'm in the timeline, you will also now need to add a sitting animation because we just overruled that. So you basically just do the same thing here. Sit. You can do any kind of sit basically, but probably best to take something like this. And then what I'll do is I'll add a new animation track, body animation. And here I'll say basically only the lower body and put that on here. And now you'll see that both of these, oh, actually this one is reclining a little bit too much. So let's say we need not the sofa, we need a desk. Here we go. So now I have that animation basically kind of loaded. I can move this around a little bit if I need to. And then if you're doing YouTubing or streaming, it's always good to have this character also look at the can the recorded animation be exported in order to refine it? No, not yet. No, that's not yet possible. You can, well, I mean, if you can save it in our own kind of format, but we don't have any external formats that we're using. So yeah, if you were a little bit handy with a bit of scripting, you could, but we're gonna have tools for that very soon. So oh yeah, what was I doing? Yeah, so I was saying basically you can make this guy always look at the camera. This is like a very nice thing to do when you're basically YouTubing or streaming. So oh, why is this not working? Should be working straight. Oh, I probably have to do it in here now. Camera, yeah. Not updating. So now when I run my face capture on top of this. There's quite a few new settings here to basically kind of have a bit more control over the face, you know, if you want to move it a little bit and so on, so it's to match. So if I wanted to stream something, I could be literally doing like this, hey, and then if you just want to run through your animation, you can basically set this timeline to bounce, for example, or if I were to basically say play and loop, and delete this camera. So now it's actually kind of using the recorded animations, but I'm overruling it with my head mocap, as you can see. So let's put this look at, let's remove this. Where's my neck? Should be able to, oh, wait, upper body. I see. So I want to take the neck out of this. Yeah, sometimes you need to, it's good to switch that on and off. But yeah, you see, so now my head movement is coming in real time. Can amplify that a little bit. It's a bit too much. And if I loop this, you know, it will just look like I'm talking. So obviously my gestures were quite big there, but you can kind of change that. You can also bounce this, bounce and loop. So now you have like a quick kind of streaming setup. Hi, hello, hello, hello. You can also kind of tear that off into a different window. Can I have more than 3 characters at a time? You can have more than 3 characters. Yeah, for sure. Oh, where do you mean? You mean in the scene? You should be able to. You mean in the script writer, or where? You could, I mean, you could put a lot of characters in here. So, and the cool thing with lifelink is, and that's like one definite actually there is, I'm not going to demo that because this has just come in, but the cool thing with lifelink is, I'll switch to lifelink now. So my some switch, I use FaceCap, just my phone overheats otherwise, but I'll do lifelink till it overheats. So I'll take lifelink now, for example. My phone pops up here, right? If you had several phones, you could basically kind of, you know, and I've never tried a max, but we've done it with 2 phones and it worked quite well. Definitely, it can have a good conversation like that. I mean, in a scene, you could put a lot of avatars in there. I mean, it depends on how fast your machine is. So, like, for example, in the script writer, you could do. Let's go to that actually. Switch this off. In the sequencer, yeah. Okay, so let's do that. There is actually, so if I want to basically kind of restart here something, you know, I'm just gonna I didn't have one, but it will take me to whatever you do. So let's take a meeting room here. I'm gonna have a meeting. I'll get rid of this. This would be a problem though, because I have them all as the same names. You cannot have that. That's definitely a problem. But I quickly kind of fill in some different ones. You should technically also be able to, let's go and try that actually. You should be able to actually have them all work with AI as well and create like weird conversations. Okay, so now they're all different. One more here. Let's take this guy. We are working on the MetaHuman stuff. I'm not sure when that will be, but it's in progress. So and we're getting some support from Epic, who we have a meeting with, in-person meeting with very soon. So that's gonna be solid. We will ship it when it's solid, and including all the other kind of cool animation toys that we have there. But yeah, we're not rushing features. That's the thing. We kind of want to do it when it works. So bear with us on that. So now, yeah, you see I have 6 people. Let's see if we can generate that. So everybody has a different name, which is good. Plan support for no, but please do put that as a request in the Mokopi in the Discord. We could probably add that. But we haven't tried it. We don't have one of these devices. I did see that announced a while back, but I saw like mixed reviews on that. But if this is something that is commonly used, we can definitely add that. We are gonna have something new, but it's literally very fresh off the press, so I haven't properly tested it yet. There is now mocap from Radical, which you would see here. And this is a full body solution that was very affordable and can actually have face and body, and you can have multiple characters. So we thought this is like a perfect kind of solution for people that want to do a podcast or a virtual meeting or something like that. But anyway, let me go back to this setup now. Because I have this guy in the sequence, what I was showing earlier, I'm actually going to just create a new one. So, and then edit it. So I'll say like, I'll call this a stress test. So we have 6 now, but you could have more. You could definitely have more people. But let's do this with scriptwriter and say, describe there. And how to use AI in a responsible manner. There's now Turbo. This is going to be coming to you guys in a new kind of update, faster. There's a bunch of new updates. So I'll generate the script. Turbo is mainly what we're kind of using for the. Okay, hang on, wait. Can we adjust? I'll show that in a second. You can adjust them a bit, but not the way you kind of want it yet, and the way we want it. Will there be connected to live link with programs that lead? With Real Illusion, I don't know. It's also been asked. We need to talk to them. And we're gonna be going to GDC, so I'll make sure I'll swing by their booth. Because I do like that software a lot. Do you have a way to adjust animations like after baking the control ring? That is what we're going to do, and we're going to basically make that simpler. So we're at the moment. Is there any edit animations? Yeah, I'll show that in a second. We're at the moment in the process of moving to 5.3. It's because we run on a custom engine. It's a big undertaking. So once that's done, there is a lot of new cool things in there that we'll be able to use and modify. So I had these guys, right? So I was going to actually another little tip here, since we're not going to care about the conversation really. If you want to save credits, right? You can do force Google TTS. This costs next to nothing. You see that all the voices that I had for these guys, they are basically being kind of changed. And now every kind of allotted voice will be used. So this is really good for like testing. So if I want to, test this out and see how it works, and I don't want to use credits, that's how you can do that. So I'll say this now. Yeah, I do. I actually founded the company. Is Replikant open for? Yes, we are very much open for investment. We definitely would like some investment. It's been a pretty tough ride, to be honest. But we got some. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So here we go.
We all know the potential of AI, but we've got to be mindful about how we use it.
Absolutely, Kai. It's about finding that balance between innovation and ethical considerations. Yeah, and we can't forget about privacy issues. People are already worried about how their data is being used.
True, Rika. It's our responsibility to ensure that AI.
You see, and then, well, let me check what my frame rate is doing, because that's really the. So if I hit P, see, I am at like not real time.
Potential of AI.
But it's also, I don't have the fastest computer. It's a 3080, but it's pretty fast. What you can do, so I can do a couple of different things, right? So I can get rid of these hairs. I didn't do too much because they weren't like, oh, actually it did. So even
Can't
those
forget about
card-based
privacy
hairs,
issues.
they add up.
People are already worried about how their data is being used.
Who to reach out? You can hit me up on the Discord. Baba Book. So yeah, hit me up for that. It'd be much appreciated. So
True,
you see,
Rika. It's our
we're hitting 42 FPS on a 3080 with these characters. But if I wanted to have more, so I guess you guys want me to make it crash now. We'll try. Let's see. Let's say we're gonna put some guys in the background here. Okay, I'll try and make it crash. So you see, this guy normally has hairs, so because I got this on, it doesn't. You see, so that saves me quite a lot of performance. So I'm gonna leave that on for now. But let's say I want this guy. I'm gonna duplicate him a couple of times. And I'm not gonna instance them, so no cheating here. I'll change the skin. So we got a green one, a yellow one, and I'll put some animations on these guys, right? So we have them in the background. Music. Somebody posing. See that they're all doing something different. Singing. So now we're here. And see, you can put quite a bit of stuff in here. And it only renders what you see.
here because we all know.
But yeah, you got this. It's still running at almost real time. Okay, yeah, so slightly adjusting the, hang on, sorry. Okay, so slightly adjusting the slightly adjusting the animations. All right, let me get rid of these guys. Now we've seen that. Okay, get rid of these guys. So let's say we want to slightly adjust this guy. And I know what you guys want, because I really want that too. I want to be able to kind of see the control rig and just drag that out a little bit. That is very much what our whole team wants and has been wanting for a while. So it will come. Because I know exactly, like, it's so annoying when you kind of just have an object here and you want it to reach out a little bit. But what you can do, so this guy's Kendrick here, I believe. Yeah. So you can use these like additive tracks for, sorry. Pixel streamers. Okay. Okay, so you can use these additive tracks, right? So let's say, let's say I want to move these hands a little bit higher. And by no means this is ideal, but this is how I've been able to fix things. So if I want to move that up a little bit, or if I wanted to, no, let's say that would be a bad use example. If you wanted to move these hands up a little bit, you could do the proportions and basically change the arm space here, right? The arm. Hang on. Wrong. Kendrick Bailey. This broke. Okay, good to know. Note to make. Okay, back to where I was doing it then. Let's do it that way. So if I want to move these arms up a little bit, I could basically add a track and add a body animation. And you drop that pose in there. And what you can do is basically use your and then you say like the weight of that track, you know. So if I want to basically kind of, oops, it actually, this needs to be capped. It only goes from 1 to from 0 to 1. But so now basically
Between innovation and ethical considerations.
you see, so now it's basically toned that
Okay,
down a little
team,
bit.
we're here because we all know the potential of AI.
Right, so if I switch this off, hang on. You see, if I switch this off, I got like huge motion.
Okay, team, we're here because we all know the potential of AI.
So, but when I switch this on, it will kind of like trim that down.
Okay, team, we're here because we all know the potential of AI.
So I've used that a lot to kind of create some kind of give a bit of kind of personality, right? So for example, a really fun one here to do is, there's one that's where he's drunk, right? I got like a drunk, it's not in here. Drunk. Oh. Oh. Okay, well dance then. Let's say we have a guy that's a bit of a, you know, dancer. I can, oh no, I'm in the poses, that's why. I do have a drunk. So yeah, here are all these tabs. You see, I do something's wrong with myself too. Drunk. So let's say I have this drunk variation here, and I will say add a body animation, and then I'll take that and I'll drop that on here, and I can make that loop. So now if you have a character that's like, you know, sleepy or weird or whatever,
But we've got to be mindful.
And you still want them to talk a little bit with the gestures, I'll do this.
About how we use it.
Absolutely, Kai.
see
It's
still
about
like
finding that
wobbling
balance
and
between
having
innovation and
hiccups
ethical
and so on.
considerations. Yeah, and we can't.
Is there a way to do custom voice? I made in 11 Labs. Yeah. I was showing that. I've made in 11 Labs. I couldn't figure out how to. Well, yeah, you can always just like add a voice file, right? So basically an audio track. So here you can kind of navigate to your voice files and then basically do that. But if you want to use your own 11 Labs, you can overrule your keys and then you can have all, because we just have the default voices. But yeah, you can do that here. Put your own key in there, and then it would automatically look up everything that you have in your account there. But if you just wanted to do, okay, let's say I want to get, I'll get rid of this audio here, for example. Or I could just switch it off, and then I don't have any audio. If you switch the audio off, this is still retargeting because I have lip sync target Kendrick Bailey, right? So even though I'm muted to audio, you can still do this. The reason why we're doing that is, for example, if you have, and there's going to be some cool stuff that we've been working on with music videos that's going to come very soon. But when you, for example, have like a choir with a couple of different people, or you have a rap song with different rappers, you can put one music track for each of them, mute them, and then basically use different lip sync targets. So let's say I want to get rid of this lip sync target. So now I don't have him talk here, and I don't have him talk here. But maybe I want to use this later, so I'll just switch it off, right? So what I can do now is basically add an audio track. Audio. I'm not sure if I have any audio on here, but I'll take a look here. So there should be something. Oh, there. So let's see if I have something custom on here. Here you go. On vocals. This is actually our CEO singing. Let me see.
Absolutely, Kai. It's about finding that balance.
Where that audio starts in here. I need to find that.
It's our responsibility to ensure that AI doesn't infringe on individual rights.
Maybe we could develop.
All right, so this is a bit of a weird track, but I'll just right. So whatever you load in, you then basically select and say lip sync target Kendrick Bailey. So now that track is going to be matching to him. So if we look at his face.
I no problem, the shift is done. Man, he say, yeah, man,
Absolutely.
wanna have a little
It's about
fun.
finding
Yeah,
that balance
man.
between.
Okay. So yeah, that's how you can do that. So yeah, you can link to your own account, or you can just download them and do that. We are gonna that account linking is gonna be with. Right now we have everything in the free version, but that's gonna be for a subscription thing. Okay, Baba. Okay. Yeah, Baba Book. One word. Just like DM me, and you'll have me. Custom voice. If you change the textures on the human characters, need something specific? If so, can I export the textures out of Replikant? Yeah, so you can do stuff specific. We need to, again, this is going to be pending some conversations with Epic, and so I can't really say too much about that, but technically we could export this, right? But according to the terms and conditions, it's actually not allowed, right? Because we, in our scene, you know, we haven't modeled all of this. There's a lot of stuff that we bought from the marketplace, and you're not allowed to export that, and we kind of want to honor that. So that's why we don't do the exporting. But we get that people want that. And again, you know, Epic might actually help us with this, but I don't know. You can do stuff with this though, right? So you can, you know, you can kind of modify all these. Actually, if you go, for example, to the face, you have a lot of settings here that you can change. Okay, cool. Glad you have that. Thanks for your support with the creator account. Lifetime subscription deals. Yeah, I don't know. What we're really hoping is that we can get our, with the subscriptions, we can get our team to basically be running break even and start working on content. Yes, because I need to know the UVs in order to make that. Okay, so here's a good trick for this. And yeah, so here's a good trick for this. So what you can do basically, you can load a UV map, and I'll see if I can just give you some of these a different way. So you can load a texture, right? So let me see, have we got anything on here? You know, you can load that. You can also basically, if I go to, if you take a UV map, and I have done a tutorial on that, which on which I basically just take a UV map and then upload that, and then know exactly where I can be, right? So you basically can paint wherever you have. So if you go, if you get like let's say we get our hang on, let me just open a new tab. You know, if you just go like UV map and you take an image, a good one here, something like this, or this one, and you upload that, you can basically kind of see all that. As I mentioned, I have a tutorial for that, which I will quickly pull up here. So this one here, custom textures. And basically what I'm doing here for the t-shirt, you can do that for everything. You can do that, yeah, you can do that for everything. Click twice for yes. So these ones aren't, but if you want to use the meta-human ones, yes, they are. Yeah, they are. This was something we started prior, but if you want the meta-human textures, you can totally, if you're familiar with that, you can totally do that. We have just modified the, we're keeping all the UVs of the meta-humans, yeah. The only thing that we kind of added and modified is basically the way of kind of changing the body, you know, so you have more control, and you know, you can make chubbier guys. So that's but yeah, if you basically have your skin texture here from a meta-human, I go back here, you can load that. What you can also do, and this is quite cool, if you hit everywhere you see this, I'm not sure if it's actually working on a skin texture. Let's give it a try. Well, let's do it on a shirt first, for example. So I have this shirt, right? I want to, oh, there's so many cool things that I want to show you guys still. But people were asking for custom logos. I'll show that next, but let me show you this. This is pretty cool. So this one has like a map now. So if you want to use, you know, if you don't have issues with using AI, and we are, you know, we are a team of artists, and we do have our own kind of issues with things, so we totally respect that. At the same time, you know, I think modern software is not going to get around it. So we will be adding models, and we've been looking at a very interesting model where you can actually train your own stuff called the focus that we'll be adding. But let's say if we want to do like I just say something. I always use hamburgers, but um, burger. I need to type in pattern, and I'll say like let's generate a few of these. Then this is a really kind of easy way. I have some custom stuff from. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. Well, that doesn't look very hamburgery. Hamburger pattern. Let's do this. Yeah, that's a good idea. I saw some of those textures that looked really, really good quality. I need to check the resolution though. It's probably we definitely because it was like 8K or something. We don't have that. So let's say we have we like these hamburgers. So now I kind of change that shirt. I could have selected all of this, but you can also just do copy. Which one did I do? Copy this one, and then apply that to by holding down Shift, selecting all of these, and then pasting. So now I have like hamburgers everywhere. And here you can still do all your kind of UV tiling and whatever you want to do. But that said, I'm also going to show something new because a lot of people were asking for this. So in the new version, we will have, you see custom logo here. Did I have everybody? Yeah, okay, cool. So if you, to make things like super simple, right? Let's say I want to put the replicant logo on this guy's belly. I go to, and everything has that now. Everything has custom logo. So you can basically say texture, add the plus here, and then this should now be on the, oh, because he's big. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Oh yeah. So this is a way of basically placing decals on bones. So I need to say pelvis probably here, or not the root. Spine. I don't know. Let's say pelvis, and then move it up a bit. Location. So you see, you now have like a bounding box where you can project this on. Because I've made him fat, he does kind of it does bulge a little bit. Let me see if I can do that better. But you see, this is a very simple way of placing a logo, and when I go and move. Okay. I moved this character. Why is this not working? Oh, it's on the facial layer. So I need to add another layer here. Plus, see, I had that one set to see, this guy now basically has let me pause it for a second. He has that projected on his shirt, as you can see. Now, what I do see here is that actually it's a bit of a, let's take this here. No, full body. Let's go to this. Play again. Okay. So let's see. There's no issues here at the front, but see a little bit of movement here. There's also a masking problem here, but that's something I'll show you how to fix in a different way. But so if we go back to my shirt here, custom logo, you just, you, oh, I should not do that when he's dancing. You basically kind of offset that a little bit, you see. I should really do that on a static pose. But you just make that box skinnier so it only projects through the front. What else? Let's see. So let me just load my default guy again. All right, let's do that again. Upper plus. You see, so he's not too big. And you see what happens, it goes through the back. So I can now move that. If I just want it on the back, I just do this. If I just want it on the front, I can basically kind of move it here. Oh, and the bone to parent to is chest upper. So now you see, hang on, let me. I have some custom stuff. Fantastic. Yeah, so there's already decals, but now you can basically attaching them to bones, and as you can see, it does not hit the performance, you know. So if I go back now and put this guy on a bit of movement here, body layer, you see that kind of it's not a performance drain. So now when it comes to that decal, you can see that it's only projecting on this and not on the back. So that's a good way of you know, quickly making a shirt or whatever you kind of want. Sometimes when I import GLTS, my scene after I save, they won't be where I place them. I have not seen that actually, to be honest. Please, can you make a post of that in Discord? And yeah, and log that as a bug, because they should be coming in. I have not tried that much stuff with GLTF, but I do have also a tutorial on that where I basically kind of take a Mandalorian character, can't remember, or not a character, a helmet somewhere. Did it? Yeah, here. So Mandalorian helmet. But yeah, that's a good point. If that's is broken, but and then that is because there's probably something wrong with it. There is, you know, with all these kind of formats, we try to kind of get one working really well, and it's a modern format. So we do want to support that really well. Fantastic, works like a decal. Yeah, it does work like exactly like a decal. It's what it is, but like attached to a bone. You can also, just on the topic of decals, you have them here. So let's say we're gonna put like some graffiti on here, right? This is a weird one. That's a color. Just want a simple one. Okay. Okay. So let's say we have a decal here. Oh, this is already set to default. Great, because that was something we didn't have that set as default. Now, if you do want to, because I should probably start sharing some more of those things, because I like to do like really weird stuff at night. You know, if the decals come onto the characters, it's quite cool. So basically now, if you have this character and I want him to be under decals, I can go to my MISC tab, and you have receive decals. So you see now that guy's yellow, and I like this kind of things because if he moves, you know, it gives a cool kind of effect. But yeah, by default, the characters don't receive decals, so you can put a lot of stuff on the floor, and so on. That's also like a thing that was requested by somebody and was put in. Let's see. Anything else you guys I can help with? Actually, let me just go back to this kind of animation and in terms of modifying things. So let's go back to this timeline and say, let's make it difficult for me. Let's say I have a cup here, right? Or like something that I want to grab. Like a computer. Or here, mouse. That's a good one. All right, I'll get. Actually, does that decal work on this too? Then let's see. Misc. Ah, great. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. So this mouse here doesn't receive the decal, but I want my hand to be on this. Yeah. So, and maybe I don't have a mouse animation. There might be one in there actually, but let's see how we can do that with mocap. So what I would do is take this guy. What was it? Leaf. And then I can do the hands. Did I just shut down that app? Did I not have that one here? Okay, let's do a full body then. Okay. So let's say I want actually the other hand. I want that to be like on the mouse. Right, so I would do something like this. But for the rest, I want to keep everything, right? So what I would do, basically, create a new body animation. And then here, I would say only the, hang on, left, right, only my right hand. So switch all that stuff off. Only the right hand, no lower body. And then basically kind of just record that.
I no problem, the shift is done, man, he say. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Wanna have a little
It's
fun?
about finding
Yeah,
that balance
man.
between
Wanna sit
innovation
on
and
the
ethical
rug? Yeah,
consideration.
man.
Sorry, that was a lot of noise. But switch that off as well. So now this, what I just recorded, is applied to that hand, as you can see. I realized that I should have done the arm as well, so let's just delete that. Let's just do the full right arm. Hand right, arm right. So now I'll record that again. So let's say, God, it's, yeah, I mean, this is webcam tracking, but if you had any other kind of stuff that would be. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Then we record this again. So let's say I'm mousing around here. Okay.
Absolutely, Kai.
So switch this off. Now this hand is doing this, and then I can basically just, sorry, so I can basically just say, use this, and So I can basically say use this and overrule the other stuff, right? So now this is basically being recorded on top of that. And that's how you can stagger animations and do things, you know. If you wanted to have him basically now have a fist in that hand, let's say we can do that too. Plus body animation, I say only right hand. Was that left? No, I say only left hand then. And then you can just drag an animation with a fist pose, for example. Let's see, probably like a punch or something. Here, yeah. So I can just take basically where is the I can just take the fist from this. So again, it's not ideal, but it gives you as much variation as you could possibly have, right? So now you see he's mousing with one hand and has a fist in the other hand, and is still being drunk and so on. So yeah, that's I hope that kind of explained all the questions. And I'm gonna try and make this like a weekly or bi-weekly, depending on how it goes. But yeah, like thanks for joining, and yeah, thanks for your support with this, with our application. That is very much appreciated. And I'm really excited what you guys are making. Cool. So if there's no other questions, I'm gonna call it a night. Great. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome. I guess we made it pretty advanced. Can you pick something with him? Okay, I'll quickly show that. So I actually have I have a tutorial about that, on how to pick up stuff here, picking up things. Watch this one. It basically shows how to do this. It's all about cheating, right? So you basically swap the object, swap the object, and then use an attachment, right? So if I add an attachment to this, I can attach, say what I want to attach. Want a gun in his hand, so now he has a gun in his hand. And you can tweak all these things again as well. That's kind of cool, actually. It's just this decal working on there. But yeah, so that's how you can do that. And then what I would do is, like, you keyframe the gun to be on the table, right? And then when he reaches it, you swap it. But a lot of times, it's like, if you're filmmaking, you don't actually need to see those things. Actually, you can force that hand to be closed all the time. So it's this one here. Oh no, this one. See now, so he has actually that text block needs to be filled out. But you see, he has pistol grip now, so he holds that. If I hold him, pause. See, it's like tied around the trigger and everything. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys again. Appreciate it. Bye bye.